Hey gang, Dr. Big Ed, guitar pedal shrink. I'm going to do a quick follow-up on my video of the Mooer GE300 versus the Line 6 Pod Go versus the Zoom whatever. I'm a big fan of Line 6, I'm a big fan of Zoom, and I had become a fan of Mooer until now. And here's why. So, bought a Mooer, bought it used to do the comparison because I use my own money for this stuff. I want it to be fair. I don't take any compensation, right? We've already established that. So, bought a Mooer G300 and loved it. Legitimately, I loved it. However, had a little problem. So I'm in the middle of a massive recording session, like all this long distance COVID stuff, right? And I'm just going round the clock, working my butt off, and this particular project's really big. Hours and hours and hours of music. And I'm right in the middle of the third hour of recording. And I mean, not third hour of recording, third hour of music, right? Got to record 8 hours worth of music for an installation. More about that later in another video. But in the middle of the third hour, boom, the machine goes down. What's going on? Like any responsible person, I stop, lose hour after hour, because I take apart the rig. I check the cables first, because you should always check the cables first. You check the power supply, you check the whole chain in order, and then back the other way. Nothing. What the hell? So I thought it was at the end of the chain. The brand new simplifier I had gotten, it's not that either, because it wasn't even in the chain working at the time. But I did have a small pedal board of crazy effects that I use that you can't get in a modeler in the effects loop of the Mooer. And guess what? What it turned out to be was that the send jack of the Mooer was messed up. Contacted Reverb, it was past 7 days, nothing we can do. Dude I bought it from, of course, he says, no, there's nothing wrong with it. There was never anything wrong with it. And I was like, well, the new trick on Reverb is to charge a ton for shipping, because Reverb doesn't take their cut of that and then get a really cheap price on the unit. So I had actually paid $60 in shipping. He didn't insure it with my money. Anyway, I digress. So I contact Mooer, and they're like, oh, have you checked the cable? I'm like, dudes, I'm with you right now because I checked all the cables and all the routing, and trust me, it's the send jack of the thing. They never respond to that follow-up email. I bring it into a shop. Shop takes a look at it. They're like, yep, we can fix it, but the send jack, there's a bad solder point to the motherboard. We could fix it, $109. I take the estimate, an official, written, detailed estimate, send it to Mooer. Again, radio silence. I have to work. So I set up another rig so I could keep working, which was a bummer because I was in a flow, and sent it off to be repaired. Got it repaired, took the bill that I paid, that showed paid on the date I picked it up, sent that to Mooer. Now, look, I don't expect Mooer to give me my $109, but sometime in this 2-week period, because that's how long this all went down in, they could have said, look, we can't help you, Or look, go to our warranty service center, mail it to this repair place that does our authorized repairs. Nothing. DOA 0. Okay? So, I just want you to understand, I know they're in China. Don't hold anything against them for that. It also took them a day and a half, 2 days to respond the first time. But to not respond at all to the follow-ups is just unacceptable. Not just for a professional, but for anybody who's spending their hard-earned money. So, I also know that Zoom came out with the G11 recently, and I've looked at that really intently. It's awesome. It's awesome for $700. So I got the Mooer, and don't get me wrong, I still love the Mooer. I've got my sounds dialed in. I've got the synthesizer thing, the huge selling point over some other units. I've got a violin patch on there that's just insane. But the Zoom has that now too. You can also do that with the Zoom. So, and I can tell you, Line 6's customer support is out of this world amazing. Zoom's customer support, because I've had to deal with them once, again, completely out of this world, amazing. On it, fix it, done. Take care of you. Taking care of the customers. So, I mean, I'm still going to use the Mooer because I own it. But just something to consider if you're spending your hard-earned money. Obviously, the unit wasn't that old. It was less than 6 months old. And if the solder points are having issues on the motherboard, and that's $109 to fix. And trust me, these are my friends that fixed it. I guess it could be more. Just consider that before you buy one of these things. Again, love the way it sounds. Horrendous customer support from Mooer. Horrible. Like the worst ever. I can think of one worse, but this is number 2. All right? So, buy what you want, but it's your hard-earned money, and getting this stuff repaired, especially with all the complicated stuff in these multi-effects units, are not fun. All right, take a look at that Zoom G11. There's going to be a huge upgrade to Helix soon. Huge, I hear. And have fun, all right? Peace.